Oh. Hello, here's a little Roland Nelson for y'all. Shotgun Willie sits around in his underwear, biting on a bullet, pulling out all of his hair. Shotgun Willie's got all of his family there. He can't make a record if he ain't got nothing to say. Can't make a record if you ain't got nothing to say. Can't play music if you don't know nothing to play. Shotgun Willie sits around in his underwear, biting on a bullet, pulling out all of his hair. Shotgun Willie's got all of his family there. John T. Ford was working for the FBI. At 6'5", John T. was a hell of a guy. Made a lot of money selling sheets on the family plan. Shotgun Willie sits around in his underwear, pulling out all of his hair. Shotgun Willie's got all of his family there. From Boca Raton, it's the Brooklyn Cafe Store.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to Friday. I'm gonna tell you, Joshua's.
You like that?
I don't know. I was like lost in space on that one. It sort of broke up on him a little bit.
He's practicing. He's getting ready for some more musical gigs we got going on.
Is that what he's doing?
Uh-huh.
Well, okay. Well, he won't be playing his musical gigs. He'll be playing some musical stuff for some other shows. Hopefully, I can tell you that.
Happy Friday.
You too?
Nice to see you today.
Who are you?
What's your name?
Listen, we got some exciting news. We're going to have some dates to give all of you. October 19th is the first one that's coming up.
October 12th.
October 12th is the first one that we're going to be talking about.
I got a question for you, though. I'm really wondering how we're going to do all these night gigs and we've got shows in production.
So like I said, October 12th is the first one. And,
have you thought this through, by the way?
Of course.
No, you haven't. I know you haven't.
Absolutely, I have.
There's no way you've thought this through.
October 12th is the first one we've had. We're all good to go. That's why you have hands. You have crews. You put them to do their gigs. What night is that
Thursday.
Oh. Well.
So it was the 19th.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, have you thought this through?
Absolutely. Didn't you see last night the crew was doing their thing?
Yeah, so imagine if you were someplace else with 500 people.
Who's on the board tonight?
Tonight?
Who's on the board right now?
Sorry.
And who's on sound? So, what's the problem? I got the Zorro brothers and sisters on the board, and they can handle production, one after the other.
Okay.
The Z brothers.
Hey, you got Zorro and Zach?
Oh. What's wrong with that?
I think we wore everybody out.
I don't know. They all vanished.
You too, by the way.
No,
What happened to you?
I got trapped. I gotta tell you, what's going on with the TVs?
He's changing
I gotta
cords.
tell you what happened to me. I was driving to work yesterday, and this van called Mr. Door Garage drives by me, and I took a picture.
Why though?
I don't know. I just took a picture, and I had it, right? I think I sent you a copy of it.
I was wondering how you got a picture.
Because he was driving with me on the way to work. So I get home last night, and it was pouring rain. So there's a lot of humidity, it's pouring. And the door on the garage closes and makes a real funny noise. And like that, it came off the hinges. So it was leaning down towards my car. And I was trapped inside my garage. I went, "Ugh." So I said, Linda, we got a problem. So we called the guy, Mr.
Who you just
Mr.
happened to have
Garage.
seen that. See, God is good.
Yes. So the guy, this company, they called us at 7 o'clock this morning. They got there by 9. They fixed it by 10:30, whatever. Fixed it all up, put it back, changed the wheels. Very reasonable, nice guy, year guarantee. Nicest company I've ever met when it comes to garages in Florida.
Nice.
The best. But I was trapped like a rat. I couldn't get out.
So all this happens, and Casey comes in and says, well, why doesn't he just Uber? And I thought, well, what a good idea. You could have just Ubered
What was I
instead
going
of
to
not
Uber?
being here.
I had to watch the guy and make sure that the damn thing didn't fall on my car, Dawn.
Just wondering.
You know, I have a 500-pound door. Even the guy says they don't even make this anymore.
Yeah, they don't make them anymore.
He says, if this door comes out on your car, you're going to have a bad day. So what he charged me was a fraction of the cost. I mean, it was leaning on my car. It would have flat as a pancake. And there's a lot of glass
It would have been a
involved
bad
in flat.
situation.
And you want me to take an Uber? I
thought
was
it
like
was a good
this all
idea.
night. I was like this watching my car. Because it was half up.
Well, I thought you were figuring out how to get here. That's what I thought.
So did I. And
Figuring
I
out how
thought
to
you
get
would have
here.
thought about it.
I was figuring out how to have a car, is what I was figuring out. I couldn't believe, when it rains, it pours. What can I tell you?
You need to change your whole outlook on things. The whole negativeness, and that's why. So you need
I'm
the
not
positive
looking at
outlook.
anything negative. I went home. First of all, it was a long night,
was
a
a
lot
long
of
day.
shows, a lot of people, a lot of motion, a lot of things going on. We were taping in there, taping here, taping there, all over. We went home, left here. What time did we leave here? 8:45, 9 o'clock?
I was tired, I gotta tell you.
So I got home to have some dinner, and when I'm getting out of my garage, I see my world coming to an end. That thing would have fallen on my car. Forget about it. I would have been hysterical. So 500 pounds is 500 pounds. So I'm like this all night with the garage half up, exposed to the world. Lynn says, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It ain't your car. Her car was fine. It was tucked away. The thing was on the hinges. Mine's just like, remember that?
But it's all fixed. It's all good.
It is now.
It's all good. Stop panicking.
Take an Uber.
Take an Uber. It would have been it was actually a good idea.
If a 500-pound door is ready to crash on your car, you would have just taken an Uber? That's what you would have done? You don't care? You don't care?
Of course you care. But you were both home, so only one of you needs to stay home.
No, because you don't understand. It's my car. You think she's going to care? Oh, Freddie, by the way, your car is a pancake now.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't really care.
So I tell the guy he's a stocky dude, He's about 5'8", 5'9". So I said to him, do I need to hold this up? He says, not unless you want to be
I was going to say, you think you
stayed.
can hold 500 pounds?
For me, I will have the strength
You
of
need
Goliath.
G-Man to hold the 500 pounds.
I hold him and the garage to make sure that that thing don't hit my car.
need Abraham to do that
I
one.
turn into Goliath. He says to me, and not unless you want to be a stain. said, what's that heavy? He says, that comes down, it's heavy, yeah.
I never understand how they're able to actually get them back on the tracks with that weight, but they do with this whole pulley system.
I could not believe that guy got it back on. Not only he got it back on, it doesn't squeak, it's perfect, it's timed, it's beautiful. It's the best I've seen since I moved in there.
Nice.
I was shocked.
So you can stay there now.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give him a plug-in. I just thought it was a nice,
It's
Ending
nice
to
when
a
people
bad day.
actually are good, good workmanship, right? When you call a company and they do what they're supposed to do. It's not often, unfortunately, that it happens
They
in
don't
South Florida.
complain.
I'm sorry?
And they don't complain.
And they don't complain. They do what they're supposed to do. They do a nice job. It's reasonable. Oh, today's National Fajita Day. Just saying on this fun Friday. Fajita Friday.
Ooh.
garage. Look, is
Did you
this
have lunch yet? Oh. Oh, that was breakfast. No. That was kind of breakfast. So we could do like fajitas for lunch.
So listen, it's called Doorman, and they have a $39.95 tune-up for your garage. So you call them in for $39.95, they tune up your garage, and
Nice.
they make sure that that you're all good. It's 561-272-DOOR. Give them a call. Tell them that the guy from Beaucaire sent you. You're not gonna go wrong. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. It's gotta be one of the best companies I've ever. Now I had somebody else come out to fix this door. Three Finger Charlie. I'm gonna tell you, these guys are
You
New
had a
Yorkers.
fight with them.
What?
You had a fight with
Oh, I'm
them.
looking for them. I'm looking for them.
This is the first person who's been at your house you haven't had a fight with.
This guy was unbelievable.
Do you
Now
realize
I hope
that?
I don't go home and the damn thing is on the floor.
No, it'll be good. But do you realize that this is like the first company you haven't had a fight with
This is
somebody?
Florida. I mean,
You're fighting with everybody. You should stop fighting so much.
I'm not fighting with everybody. Listen, you. Did you fix your ceiling?
They're coming. They got to paint it. But yes,
Uh-huh.
the AC's all
Who's
fixed.
coming?
The AC's
the,
fixed.
the painter? Gil is coming?
Somebody else is coming.
Why? Gil's the man.
Because I'm doing some other stuff in the house. When they come to do the other stuff, they can fix that.
Oh.
But the AC's all fixed.
I got an AC guy too.
Dried out, fixed,
I got an
and all
AC
of that.
guy. I got a door guy now. I got a garage guy. I got peoples.
You have peoples.
I got people.
We got people with stickers here. So if you're ever wondering why everyone's giving out stickers, I told Zari she should be a teacher. And she said she used to be. So we've got like this reward chart going. And I guess if we have good behavior, we get a sticker
Is that why I got
from
one?
HR.
Why
Yes.
did I get one? Where is she?
'Cause
Why
you
did
sh-
I get one?
You showed up for work.
You get a sticker when you show up for work?
There you go. We've simplified things. If you show up for work now, you get a sticker.
Have you ever seen in college football, high school, they put stickers on the back of the helmets?
Ohio State.
Every school does it. You ever seen that for a good play, a good game or something? So when I was a coach in high school, I put one on Freddie's helmet because he had a good game. Oh my God, I opened up Pandora's box. I had to go buy $300 worth of stickers because all the players came up to me, well, did you see this play? Did you see this? So I'm all day sticking these stickers on helmets.
I don't know how they line them up so nicely, though. You've seen like Notre Dame and I even say FSU. All these, they're lined up perfectly. Is there like a sticker person that lines them all up?
Have you ever seen the way they paint these helmets?
That's what I'm asking you. Notre Dame, I know it's a whole process, right? And the gold and everything.
It's a process. They put the helmet there, it was white, and they put all the stickers and everything on there. They do it for everybody to see. I used to do the emblem in the middle of the field.
You painted it?
I painted it.
How'd it come out?
My God, I had the news come out. Everybody came
Did you
out
have
because
like a big stencil?
no, it was freehand. Yes,
no,
it was
you
a
have to have a
stencil,
stencil,
yeah.
right? And then it's sort of like graffiti on the grass.
But they gave me the money to buy the paints because you have to use grass paint. You can't just use spray paint. You got to use grass paint. So what I used to do was I used to cover it so you couldn't see it. And everybody was wondering, what's on the field? And what's on the field? Coach, what you put out there? So I was like, you got to come and see it. So I used to do helmets. I used to do different things for the school. It was cool. It was
You've
cool.
done a lot of things. Do you have a favorite?
Of what I've done?
Yeah,
This.
good answer. I was going to say except for this. Because of course you got to say this because you're
This.
doing
And,
this.
and I'm excited because you guys actually did such a good job and you opened up a new Pandora's box. You know, sometimes I stay reserved because I'm afraid to tell you what I want to do because you're going to say I've lost my mind, which you did a couple of minutes ago. But I want to
no,
be
it's
able
just
to.
like get off the phone.
My bucket list in this business, what I would like to do is to take the crew to do a concert at the Miami Dolphin football stadium, something of that magnitude, something of that largeness, and carry it on video, radio, and everything else. And I'm really proud of the fact that I have the confidence that I know they can pull it off.
Yes,
So my biggest,
they can.
what is it? What's the matter? What's wrong? What are you looking at?
Kinda like I'm not doing nothing.
You are, you're pointing over here.
I'm pointing at you. I was gonna say, need you to start talking so we can cut the camera so we can fix that one.
They need to talk, so apparently they need to get to another camera.
All right. But that's my biggest, it is, I haven't hit it yet. This is good, but I know there's better.
I can't just talk on command.
And I know that they can do more. And I know that the object of the game is.
So what do
is
you want to do in this business, Casey?
I want to learn more. I want to learn more behind the camera and learn more what I can do on Canva and so on. I really want to get on Adobe once I have the money to pay
Okay,
for
we
it.
need to get you beyond Canva.
I want to. I need
Just
to get
saying?
It. I know.
I cannot
I'm
give you
saying
college
that.
credit for Canva.
No, I'm saying that. No, I need the money for Adobe Premiere. I need the.
Isn't
I
there a
can't just
special
get
school
it
discount?
And I can't pay for it.
Isn't there a special school, like you get it for free if you go to school?
I don't. Do they do that?
You're out of
Yes.
school.
You have to ask the school,
Oh. No.
and they will give you the special.
They have me running down my school. They
Yes,
put me
you
on.
can get it for
You
free.
gotta hold
from-
on to
you
a
can get it
microphone.
for free from school.
Okay, you
Adobe
got to use
Premiere?
it.
Yep.
What was that?
If
Gina?
I sign up and I tell them my major, they'll give it to me or something?
You
think-
tell
yeah.
them that you're a student and you get the discount. There's nothing to negotiate. You just
So you're
tell
a
them you
film
want the
student.
student discount.
Yeah. When you're a film student or something like that, you get Adobe.
Go to
for free.
Adobe, and they're going to ask you for your student ID, and you put it in.
Mm-hmm.
The school might have a free link though or something. Check with
The
your tech
school.
department.
School usually has a free link,
Okay.
and you're
Yep,
able
I
to
think
do
you
it.
probably just have to use your school ID. I mean your school ID email. So it doesn't go to like, it has to show that you belong to a school.
But that isn't the question she asked you. She wants to know what you want to do in this business. And Canva is how to get there, but what's your ultimate goal? What do you want to
I
be
would
when you
like
grow
to
up?
promote things if people need it.
So you want to be a promoter, not
yeah.
if they need it.
Well, you know,
You want to be a promoter.
yeah, you know, I want to help people.
You want to help people.
Yeah.
You're in the help people business.
Mm-hmm.
She's hilarious. Okay, well, if that's what you want to, you
What's
could be a
your major?
nurse. You want to be a nurse?
Multimedia and film.
So what are you learning?
Right now I'm taking, well, I just took film theory, which was pretty fun, just a lot of
Theory.
essays. I wrote about, let me see, I'm trying to think. Well, actually, no, last semester I took film appreciation. That was a pretty good class. You watched a bunch of educational films and you wrote about
What do you
them.
do with film theory and film appreciation when you come out of school? What's your ability to do?
Probably work behind the camera more and
Are you
learn how
taking
to.
a film class like on using cameras and lighting?
I think that's next semester I start doing that.
What year are you in school?
I'm entering my third.
I'm going to tell you something you're probably not going to want to hear. So Sylvester Stallone said it best. When you go to school for 4 years and you take classes like that, they're trying to teach you patience. They're trying to teach you how you sit on a show that you are completely not zoomed in on and focus. They're trying to teach you how to focus on one point. It's called the dime focus. If you take a dime and you put it on your palm, can you watch that dime for an hour?
I can't.
Okay, well, that's what they're trying to teach you.
You could.
Of course I could. The bottom line is, if you are sitting in a chair and you're doing a production and you're not focused and you're on your phone and you're on your socks and you're scratching your nose and you're doing this and having a conversation, those classes that you're taking, remember them. Because if you can listen to those classes and do essays and take tests and everything else, that's what it's trying to teach
Yeah.
you, is focus. Now, I'm going to let you in on a secret. I've been doing this with you guys for a while now. Who was on the board yesterday afternoon?
Midday?
Yeah. Josh did something yesterday that I wish all of you guys would follow. I didn't even bring it up, but you know where I'm going.
I spoke to him about it yesterday. It was amazing.
And I didn't even talk to you about it. When you have a show where you're able to respond to what is being discussed in the show and you pop in pieces, That's what that class that you're taking is all about. It's about focus. You have to be able to focus on that dime if you're hearing the conversation to add to the conversation. And you did that yesterday. And I've come to expect it from Josh. So I wasn't shocked about it, but I was shocked that nobody said anything.
But it was more than he normally does, and it was great because we had 2 hours and 2 guests, and it added a whole different layer of complexity and different visuals and more conversation without even having the conversation, right? They were like conversation starters without the conversation. So when you put the Muppets up, you put Bohemian Rhapsody, everyone went to a whole nother conversation.
And the streaming that we do, when I first started with Gio many, many moons ago, he said to me, add video, add pictures, add everything into the conversations. And I've gotten away from that because it's what actually saved talk radio when it was going in the dump. And I heard some distressing news about how talk radio doesn't work. That's not true. It does work because this talk radio is unlike anything you've ever seen before. The videos that you guys did at the Movies of Del Rey, that concert, well, a concert is a concert, video is a concert, but not in a movie theater. Not that kind of deal where you can amplify, make it bigger. We're about to take it to another level. So what he did yesterday, Josh, and I got to tip my hat, was amazing. Because you added in this and nobody told you to do it. You decided to be a producer, which is what you're talking about. This is something you want to learn, and you focused on the conversation.
So this morning, Amazing Grace comes in with a friend of hers, and she's like, "Hi, I'm here." I'm like, who's here? So her friend's son is an animator in LA. He's 34 years old. He does not have a job.
And he's an animator.
And he's an animator.
Did Josh meet him?
He's in LA.
Is he coming?
He's in LA and he doesn't have a job because of the strike. So my point being that the
reach
strike,
him.
the things that you hear on the media, I said, where is he? And she said, he's in LA. But yeah, it's a thing. This writer's strike is putting everybody out of business right now.
Oh, you know what? When I was on my flight back home, my mom met a writer from Jeopardy who wrote his last piece.
Yeah.
And he literally was like praying, and then he finished. And then my mom was like, "I'm sorry, I thought I was messing up your blessing." And he was like, "No, I just put in my last piece for Jeopardy because I'm going on strike." I'm like, and we're like, "Oh, wow." So it's like a real thing. I feel bad, but what can you do?
I know. You feel really bad. And you see all these people now are donating money to the writer's strike. I saw Taylor Swift gave more money to the food banks throughout her tour to save people.
She put up $78 million.
I mean, not only to her,
78 million.
to the truckers, but every city she went to, she sent them, some cities wouldn't even disclose the amount of money that she donated to the food bank, because she said she knows how hard it is right now to feed families and children in school. What an amazing performer she is, an entertainer and humanitarian to give back.
A lot of people. Rizzler. Oh my God.
Wow.
Hold on. Come here. Come here,
You
D.
realize
Brett.
this is a nighttime business. They come in at 12.
Where is he?
I guess he's giving Zari a hug.
He's giving Z a hug.
Hey,
Who is it?
Mr. G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip.
Terminator Kid.
The Rizzler.
The Rizzler is
Want to go to
back.
commercial break so you can say hello?
No, he doesn't come on. He's too
All right, let's
busy.
take a quick commercial break. The crew is back, apparently. More
The
to come.
See,
the
I told
Rizzler
you.
is back.
The Rizzler's back.
And now you're happy. You know, ye of little faith. 888-994-4995. Studio A. You're like, is anyone going to be here? I told you they'd be here midday.
You said that.
No, well, I was at 9 o'clock this morning when nobody
You
was here.
said that.
I knew they'd be here by 12.
The Rizzler is in the house.
And now
so
he's
you can meet
happy.
him real soon.
Wow, you're just like, phew. Anyway, more to come. We'll be right back. AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
If you're tired of only working for your money and are ready to get your money working for you, then check this out. This is the Transact card, the first of its kind Visa bank card where you double your dollars on every transaction. Transact card provides you with a system for your money finally works for you. The days of underwhelming 1% to 2% cashback are over. Are you ready to welcome in dollar for dollar rewards, doubling your buying power and creating financial momentum? Look, if you've been trying to save your way to wealth and that isn't working out the way you hope, maybe it's time to try spending your way to wealth instead. Learn more at gman.mytzt.com. That is gman.mytzt.com.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Ant Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Mellberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Mellberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Alright, now we are back to the Brooklyn Cafe Show with your host, Dawn and Freddie S.
That's Grandpa Moses over there. Grandpa Moses.
Back in the house, Brooker here on a Friday.
Grab a microphone.
You got the Rizzler back in the house. You know, they've been talking about your names all summer.
Take it out of the cradle.
The
Tell him that
Rizzler,
he's
Red.
on Z, whatever. What is that, Z2?
Z3. Thank you.
So the Rizzler is back in town.
Do we want to ask why they call him the Rizzler?
I have no idea. That's what they call him.
Terminator Kid for me.
Terminator Kid. I don't know. Rizzle me this, Batman.
I see you getting a little weight. You have fun?
You know,
he getting a little
what
weight.
is wrong with you? That is not what you say to people.
He looks good and healthy. He looks like the Incredible
But you're
Hulk.
not supposed to acknowledge weight on someone when you see them.
It looks good on him. If it wasn't good, I would say you got to lose weight. He
Who
gained a little weight.
does that? You
He
did
looks-
that to me a few times. Like, it's just not nice.
I never said that to you. You haven't gained weight in
I
27
came back
years.
from vacation when I first met you. You go, oh, you put on a little bit
I
of
didn't
weight.
say that. I said you were swollen.
Who you don't say that
Your
either.
eyes are like shut. You're like, I can't see.
Who says that to people? Happy birthday. And you wonder again why you are where
What did
you're
I
at.
say? He looks good. You look good? You feel good?
Yeah.
You ready to?
I was trying to lose weight over the summer, but then like halfway through, I like rebounded.
He's more manly. He's like
growing up.
like a man. He left a boy and he's back a man. That's what I meant. I meant.
What about me?
Take yourself out.
What about you?
He needs like a shovel.
Yeah.
You just got fat.
You lost weight,
You-
right?
Not by choice.
Hey, but you lost weight.
I just don't eat gluten. I don't eat a lot of things anymore, so yeah, I can't.
Well, it's good to have you back. I need some. We're gonna try to fill you in. There's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask G-Man what he wants out of this business.
I want to be like y'all.
Honestly,
Honestly,
same.
like honest.
Why would you want to be like y'all?
I want to be. I
What's
want to have
that,
my own
y'all?
production company and
Yeah.
run my own.
And be
Be a
successful.
producer. Yeah.
You want to run a shop.
Yeah.
See, he's one of the few smart guys. That one over there. You want to run a shop now? All of a sudden, you
I mean, like it sounds cool. He said the
It
words.
sounds
so
cool.
yeah.
He says he wants to be like y'all.
Yeah. Y'all.
You have to be diversified and do a little bit of everything. You got to make deals. Do you know the ladies they were doing the New View yesterday, and I had to come out because I was trying to organize a little bit out here. You did a great job out here with the crew, and Josh and everybody, Garcia, all these guys were out here. And they said, boy, you guys do like 5 or 6 things at one time. And you have to be able to do that.
I said that to Josh last night. We were using every inch of the studio. They were in A, we had a show on this side, we had a show on that side, and then you had the view. And then I had to talk to you. So I had to go outside to my office in the parking lot to talk to you. I go, step into my office, please.
Well, actually, I had 2 people that wanted to use the back room here to go over a script, but it must have been the weather or something they called and they canceled. So then you're using all of the facility.
Which is good, except when there's a show here. So I can't have someone rehearsing backstage.
No,
when I
they
got a
wanted to
show
rehearse
here.
that we're going to write. They wanted some place to sit together to write. The only place I could do is there or the lobby.
So you want to run your own production company?
Yes.
He's thinking.
No, I just got a text from my parents. That's it. Yes, I want to run my own production company. That's what I am emphatic about.
Now, let me ask you a question. If a client comes to you that goes against your ethics and your morals of what you believe in, but they're
That's
going
a
to
loaded-
give you,
that's a
but they're going to
loaded
give
question.
you money for a show, do you produce it? Why is that a loaded question? You asked me that once.
No, I didn't ask you that. What I asked you was, would you make a bad deal to make a deal?
Okay, this is a different question.
A bad deal to
When
make
you
a deal.
run your production house, not everyone's going to believe like you believe, spiritually, holistic, all the things you believe in.
Politically.
If they come to you with an idea that goes against your moral ethics, would you still do
Would you
the
do it?
deal?
It depends. Money talks, BS walks. But if it's really hitting me to a point where I'm like, I'm not doing no deal, because I'm really true to my morals and my principles. And if I don't see eye to eye with you, then I'm gonna lose that money. I'll find my money doing DoorDash or something.
How about you, Casey?
I mean, it depends on the money, really. I mean, you kind of just have to eat it up if you don't really like what they're saying, pretty much, if the money's well. That's what I think.
So if it's a political show that goes against everything you believe in, you would do it?
I'm not that political, though. You know?
That's
So,
what I
like,
was
if
gonna
you're not too serious about those things, I feel like it shouldn't matter, you know?
So if it's a wife beater show or anti-woman show, something, you're a woman, right?
Oh.
Would you do it?
What
Because,
show's
like, what's
called
the
Wife
point?
Beater
Like,
Show?
The
I
one
don't-
Freddie
I don't
just
see a
created in his
point.
mind.
Ike and Friends. Let me stop.
You never heard of a wife beater
Another
show?
show of I Hate Women.
What about you, Josh?
I got to look at the viewership they have. If they
That
have
too.
like a lot of viewers, then I'm gonna say, hey, you have the opportunity to brainwash these people, so you got to watch out what you're saying. But if they're only doing it for like a small little thing, that's fine. It is what it is.
I mean,
Corey?
it probably won't last.
Well, I think, yeah, I kind of agree with Josh on that. Like, if he has a big audience, and I know I'm like kind of feeding like some bad info to people that maybe are more impressionable, I would probably go against accepting them as client. However, if they, give me enough money, maybe I could look the other way.
I guess it's on a situation by situation deal.
Would you make a bad deal to make a deal?
What do you mean? Like,
Like
would
how
I
bad is
Like
it?
negotiating?
Would I like make a bad
I
deal
didn't say
for myself
purpose.
or
I
for
said,
them?
would you make a bad deal to make a deal? Would you take a cut in money? Would you take a cut in principles? Would you take a cut in what you believe in to make a deal? Does it matter what numbers are being generated or whatever? Would you make a bad deal?
There's
to
a
make
certain extent, like, to what I would, what my limit is. I wouldn't go, I wouldn't go too far. Just like, oh, if you give me money, I'll do anything. Like, there comes a point where it's just like, okay, this is ridiculous. I can't support this.
You do anything.
You can't.
So if a guy paid you $1 million to do a production, and everything that you know that he's saying, it's a little iffy, it's a little red flag, it's not telling the complete truth, it's just telling, like the Bitcoin guy and things of that nature, would you do the show anyway?
Okay, well, in the case of like $1 million deal, if I'm being paid $1 million, I'll do whatever. But
so you will make a bad deal. You would sign a bad deal just to make a deal.
yeah,
Okay. You?
I don't know.
Would
It
you
really
sell your soul for $1
depends.
million?
It depends,
It depends on what. You only have one soul. It don't depend on anything.
Would you?
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, I would try to sneak in some like
No.
just little tiny things.
Let me
in
tell you
there.
something. The world is full of bad deals. You're going to run into more bad deals than good deals. Okay? You're going to run for a lot of different reasons bad deals. And if you don't hold on to your principles, you will never amount to anything in this business. So the answer to that question should be absolutely not. You don't want to make a bad deal to make a deal.
Yeah, because if it's your network, you don't want to promote negativity on your network.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to walk around with a black eye
That
and
too.
a bad mark, and somebody's going to say something negative.
Just because
about
you
what
want to
do.
make money
Well,
for
yeah, there's
yourself.
unless
So that's selfish.
unless
pretty
I'm
much.
literally being paid like I never have to work again. Like there's I have a limit to what I will, because that if you take a bad deal that it's gonna look real bad. Like, oh, what have you done? Well, I did this show. What? You did that show? How could you like support that? So there's a certain point to where you have to like be like, no, taking this client is going to ruin ruin my chances of getting any other client for the rest of this company's life. I mean, it's really just a matter of assessing what is the damage. If this is a really like bad thing, I think the automatic answer should be no.
Yeah, but you don't know that. Sometimes you do a deal, and you get into this whirlpool because something negative comes out of it. Let's say that Kraft from the New England Patriots, the owner, comes down here to be interviewed about business and blah, 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 blah. You wouldn't think anything negative of that. I mean, he's an 8-time or 6-time or 7-time owner, champion of the New England Patriots and blah, 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 right? But then you find out that he was involved in that scam that gets deeper and deeper, uglier and uglier. And, he comes here and takes
then
pictures.
I cut ties. Like, if
You
something
can't,
like
hold on. You can't cut a tie once you cross the threshold because he came here. You can't go back and erase history because something bad happened. You have to know if you're going to make a deal with the man, first of all, good, bad, or indifferent, you're going to be involved with it.
I mean, well, in the case of like something like if an expose article comes out about a client that that I've taken and or maybe it's a recurring client of mine, and it's it's pretty damning. Like I think anyone would be like, okay, we need to take a second look at this and.
But this, you're being a Monday night quarterback. What I'm talking about is when you're in the game, okay, somebody comes through the door, you're going to negotiate a deal, and you're in the midst of a deal. And you got to open, close, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, her and I, we talk to people all freaking day long. And sometimes you got 30 seconds to judge whether or not you want to make business with this person. We've had conversations on that couch with deals. I look at Dawn. She'll look at me. She'll give me the no sign because there's something attached or it doesn't feel right. You can't come back and say, well, let me investigate this after you've done it. You're in it.
I mean, I could, give you a list of like what I have, certain morals where it's like, okay, if you're gonna do this, then like it's an automatic no in 30 seconds.
Well,
I'm gonna say
morals
no.
is one thing.
But things evolve. A deal can come to you, and it's a good deal at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It looks clean. It aligns with your morals. You're in full alignment with what it is. You feel good about it. The money is fair on both sides, right? Because the deal, you want it to be fair for everybody. And then as it evolves, that client may change.
Mm-hmm.
They start posting things that you're not in alignment with. But when they're in your studio, it's clean, but out here, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got decisions to make. Do you want that as part of your reputation? When people start calling and say, did you see this? They're part of your studio. Did you see what they wrote? It's on your page. And then things, it might be clean here, but you always say the deal's over here. But things change over here. So it's an evolving situation, and sometimes, but everyone's different. Some people will say the money is worth it. You and I have had differences of opinions on things.
Still do.
That
Well,
too.
not even that. Like, things can change. Like, you know how, like, I feel like this day and age, there are a lot of, like, issues, just, like, personal issues. And I feel like things you could say from years ago could still haunt you, even if it wasn't bad at the time.
I was going to say when you were in school, but you guys are still in school. Is the red Solo cup still a thing before you're 21 not to get caught on social media with?
You can't have them in your dorm, in your rooms.
Really?
You'll get in trouble with those.
Oops.
Mhm.
I remember my kids were in college.
water,
I kept
but, like-
saying, because social media was just starting, do not get caught with this cup, because even if there's water in it, the connotation is that there's something else in it. So you're not even allowed to have them.
Nope.
On
Not
campus.
red. I think they can be any other color but red.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
What's going to be the difference?
You know, it's gotten to a certain degree that you can't even drink out of a cup. I mean, really.
Think about that, because it's got a kind of, but you can have a blue one.
Because they think you can get any other cup, you know?
Yeah, it's funny because I also see a lot of kids that they go on social media and they post pictures smoking a joint, or they smoke, or they're doing something illegal, something stupid, and then they wonder why those people aren't getting hired for work. You know, people do look on social media to see what kind of individual you are now. You've exposed yourself to everything. So the bottom line here is you can't make a bad deal to make a deal, because it is going to haunt you. It may not haunt you today, but it's going to haunt you.
Yeah.
What you say is going to haunt you.
Even in 10 years, honestly. That's what I
Even
feel
in
for that.
10 seconds.
It doesn't matter. Now, Dawn gets on my case because she says, you know, we can't say this, we can't say that. Well, I grew up saying it back in the day. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And if you want to come down on me for saying it, then come down on me. I mean, I'll tell you that I don't walk around, because a lot of the stuff we do in here, we do out of fun. But I mimic a lot of things.
You don't try to be offensive.
I don't even know what offensive means.
I think it's, you're from New York, right? I think it's just the
Sometimes.
northern brain. Like, everything just comes out when it's
Why,
in
you're
your
from
head.
Jersey?
Yeah.
Well, we share a brain?
Relatable thoughts, maybe?
Hive mind.
You're from Chicago. You're even further north. I think that the bottom line is that when you're going to make a deal, you have 30 seconds to size up if you're going to do this deal.
But I'm pretty firm on if our name's going to be on it, all you have in life is your name and your reputation. That's it. At the end of the day, you are your brand.
Yeah.
And if you put your name on something that you're not in alignment with, or you put a production out and the quality's not up to what you want it to be, because someone else says, I got a shortcut, but your name's on it, your name's on it. So all I can say from my opinion is to make sure it's the level of quality that you want your name and your face associated with.
The bigger,
the rest is
the
up to
bigger
you.
and better you get at this thing, the more people are going to pick at you anyway. They're going to pick at anything
Yeah.
and everything you do. As you go up at the ladder, people are going to say what they're going to say for different reasons. So do me a favor, put the bike outside, because we just cleaned up in here the black marks.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. More to come. Ready?
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
For real, take your business, any business, to the next level by joining us at the Global Awaken Trinity Summit. 4 days of opportunities and inside info you don't want to miss, as over 35 celebrity speakers will be live in person to teach you exactly how to make your business take off, grow, and thrive. From marketing tool secrets to the best ways to build relationships, partnerships, and make true connections. Founder Kessa Gooden is putting on this once-in-a-lifetime event, the Global Awaken Trinity Summit VIP Gala and Yacht Mastermind, February 29th through March 3rd, 2024 in Miami, Florida. Registration starts at 9 sharp each day. Bring your business partner, your team, your friends, anyone and everyone who wants real success. For tickets, call 404-992-3971. Tickets will not last, so call now. 404-992-3971. Or visit us online at globalawakenedevents.com, and we will see you there.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Todo Bello Balloons is a business that was born out of a passion for creating unique and beautiful balloon designs, including balloon bouquets, balloon arches, balloon columns, and more. We specialize in creating unique and beautiful balloon designs that bring your dreams into reality. We believe that balloons have the power to bring people together and create lasting memories, and we are honored to be part of that experience. Contact us and we will bring happiness to your celebrations with our balloons.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And now we are back to the Brooklyn Cafe Show with your host, Dawn and Freddie S.
I kind of like that little machine.
His machine, he came with a whole little mini keyboard setup this morning.
That. He's doing music. He's doing tracks. He's laying tracks, as they say.
Don't you? It's always amazing, isn't it?
It is, because now we can actually put music. We're going to put music to words.
I wasn't thinking about that, but yeah, that's amazing too.
Oh, you mean this
thing?
Yeah. It's not that it's amazing. You know, it's just a little bit funny because the more you want to do in life, the more people want to attach themselves to do it, but it's still a business.
Yes.
You know, unfortunately, it's a business, and it has to be treated that way. Animators, we're looking for animators out there. I know that Josh was negotiating with somebody to do an animation.
How's that coming?
We made a deal with one of Joey's buddies up in Michigan. He says he can get it done, no problem.
How's the video coming?
Video's all done. It's just now we have to put in all of our effects that we
Okay.
want to do for it.
He says it's really good. We're gonna really like it.
How do you work that with somebody? You send him what needs to be done? What are you sending?
For the animations?
Yeah.
There's one clip where we have it's transitioning from live action to animation, so I sent him that specific reference video, and he's just going to rotoscope it to make it smoothly transition into the animation section of things. And then I give him reference photos of what I want the characters to look like, so it's just going to be black outlines of them. And then I give him different scenarios to have these two characters interact with.
Now, he sent a sample of his work, and I looked at it, and it looks like people.
Yeah, the demo reel that he sent over was a visual effects demo reel. So all of that stuff is 3D implementing into real live action footage as well.
It was unbelievable. It looked like you and me sitting here, and it's like an animation type of deal, but it looked like people. It wasn't like a cartoon. Is that what you're looking for, that kind of effect?
No, he just showed me that. That's not really what I was looking for. I mean, I was looking for more of a 2D based animation style. He said he can do it, so that's what I'm getting.
Interesting.
And you do animation too, don't you, Corey?
I'm more of a 3D person, though.
Yeah.
Do you have to do the model and everything?
Yeah, I do the modeling, I do the texturing, I do the lighting. Yeah.
What's the difference between 3D and 2D?
2D is a lot, well, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing like keyframe animation, it's a lot more time consuming. But if you're doing like rigged animation with 2D, it's very similar to what 3D is, except with 3D there's another channel of direction.
Are these layered? Are you doing this artwork layering segments? Is that the way it works?
They would be layered in 2D, but in 3D they wouldn't be layered.
Well,
okay.
Oh, but you're a
I
Lin.
mean, you can still have you
He's
can
a
still
Lin,
have
right?
Maya layers like stacked on top of each other, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
for the
it's a
most-
little different. It's
The stuff that they put in the movies, is that 3D or 2D?
that's 3D and compositing.
Yeah.
So I've never seen 2D then.
You've seen 2D
Yeah,
in
you-
movies?
I have?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You've
okay.
never seen any
Well,
Disney movies?
Yeah, the
yeah, I have.
Snow White. I think Lion King was 2D traditional.
When they put the
still.
water that shines, that shiny stuff in there, what is that, 2D or 3D?
That's 2D visual effects.
Ah, okay. So,
So
2D
like usually
is,
the original like princess movies.
so that 2D is more oomph.
Disney movie. Oh, see, I thought 3D was like walking people, like the 3D imaging.
3D is very diverse. You can make something like Spider-Verse is like Across the Spider-Verse or the other Spider-Verse movie. They're a mix of 2D and 3D animation. And a lot of it is 3D animation that's made to look 2D using shaders and a multitude of different effects to achieve that look. So 3D, just like 2D, has a lot of like art styles that you can do, and they will reflect a different feel and will look different, or could even look a bit more 2D than.
Well, then I have a question. Why are you picking 2D as opposed to 3D when there are more 3D animators than 2D?
Because what I wanted for this specific film was a kiddish feel to it. So it's going to have very slow frame rate. It's going to look very choppy, and it's going to look like those sticky note
Yes,
animations
like
that you
stick
do,
figures?
and they look very choppy and all that. That's what I wanted it to look like. Not the old Mickey Mouse ones, but just.
But can't you do a 3D with a broken frame rate type of deal? You know, with a skittish frame rate deal?
Yes, you can, but the
Stop motion.
Stop motion?
I would love to do a stop motion, something stop motion, but for this specific example, it just looks a lot better in 2D. Plus, it takes way too much time to do everything in 3D.
In 3D.
Because after that, you have to render it. You got to make sure there's lighting in play, because you can do all the work that you want, but if there's no lighting in it, you can't light up your scene. Yeah.
What was that? Is that a 3D song?
Yeah.
That is musical effects. That's what they got going on.
So it's interesting because I guess it's its own encompassed world.
You
It's
can have a humongous film set just stored into your computer.
Yeah.
That's all it really
an
is.
animation.
That's really what it is, because everything that you do, the only reason I know how to do all this stuff is because I know how to do it in 3D. They made it where all these tools, all these correct verbiage that you use to talk about cameras, talk about lightings, they all put it in play into the 3D systems for they correspond with one another.
And you do this all on the computer, but you do a lot by hand.
What do you
When
mean?
you were drawing with me and Freddie last year,
Yeah, well,
that was all by hand.
I did. I started out doing 2D animation, but honestly, my specialty is like lighting and like Unreal Engine and doing that kind of stuff. So like this year,
Why is she laughing?
That's 2D animation.
What is that?
That's 2D. That's traditional 2D.
Yeah.
That's 2D?
Yeah, because it's a very flat look to it.
How did she, okay, where did you get this?
YouTube. That's hilarious.
Try to keep your pants on. All right, so this 2D doesn't have a face or anything. Is that what you're looking for? That kind of movement? Or do you want the face? I think 3D will have more of an effect, no?
I can have a very expressive 2D face. It's not that limiting.
Well, what are you doing in grad school starting on Monday? What's your degree going to be in?
It's going to be in digital media.
And that's different.
Basically digital marketing.
It's to market your digital stuff.
That's great.
Yeah, I wanted to get into more designing, taking care of businesses, and go on to their graphic design standpoint of a business and raising it up from there, doing advertisements and stuff
Do
like
you
that.
think that companies are actually doing that nowadays? Is that the bend on marketing for businesses?
Do you see advertisements everywhere?
I do, but I don't. I see pictures of regular film work. Like if I look at television, I see all the commercials that go in there. Regular, they're being more clever with the words they're using, but I don't see animation. Are you talking about animation or just marketing in general?
Animation is just the movement of an object. I can still be technically an animator and just create motion graphics all my life. And motion graphics are the commercials that you see that I do all the time with the typography. They come flying in and stuff like that. That's still motion because or animation because I still have to have a sense of motion to that.
So is the motion the most important part of the delivery, or is the fact of what you're going to say and how you say it more important than the motion?
Everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you got to learn color theory, because the colors have a certain way to appeal your eye. If you're going to have more eco-friendly kind of stuff, you're going to have more green involved in your commercials and all that.
So what do you think is the better color for marketing? Like if you were to market this studio?
This studio, I absolutely love the yellow that we have for Amp Media. I love the yellow.
Because we worked with somebody on that, and they said, he loves red, and they said, no, you got to go with yellow because yellow is believable.
No, I didn't love yellow. I love black.
But you didn't want the yellow.
The yellow gives you a vibrance and obviously the basic happy sunshine feel to it. If you look at red is mostly used for urgent care health hospitals because it's very vibrant, but it's also used for a lot of fast food places because it still has that urgency, but red makes you hungry. So if you look at KFC, Wendy's, McDonald's, all these companies use red in their...
They do. Wendy's,
Arby's, Chick-fil-A.
And that's why we went with the yellow for Amp Media.
No, we went with the yellow because you said we're going to go with the yellow.
Because I actually spoke with some people on color, color theory.
Amp Square's colors are not yellow and they're not red. They're black with white lettering.
Yours is.
And the number 2 is green.
But for Amp Media, we have the yellow logo.
Yeah, I'm saying, I never, you see, I wasn't a big kicker on colors, and I should have been when we were developing this. My goal was to try to explain people how video and radio work, how television and radio are brothers in arms, how you can get more out of your business if they see you. And to prove a point, for a year when Dawn worked with me, I was never on a camera. Remember, I wanted it to be audio. on the video, and I did it on purpose. And then when I got on there, all of a sudden, everybody's, oh, look at this creep with the. I didn't even have a hat back in the day.
I know.
It was strange. So I didn't look at colors. I didn't look at animation. I was more of the school of Where's the Beef? You know that commercial? It's a Wendy's commercial. Little old lady driving a car, and she bought a hamburger, and the guy gives a hamburger, and the beef is this big, and the patty's this big, and she says, "Where's the beef?" And that has been an icon when they took off.
Have you seen the commercials for Progressive where it's you don't want to be your parents?
Yeah.
But then Progressive has the commercials with Flo. So they've got two totally different marketing genres for the same company.
I don't think they've had her in a while. I haven't seen her.
Flo's, the whole Barbie thing is with Flo and the packaging.
You can look at
I think I
those
did see that
as writing templates because you already have your basic characters in play. You have Flo. You got the whole Flo team now because she has like a whole team behind her.
Right.
So
It's
you
like a
can
whole
make
family
a
people.
commercial and say, hey, we're going to use this team, but they're going to go and do this. So you have the template already used because.
So why do you think they've got two styles? One is you don't want to grow up and be your parents, and then the Flo team. Why not? Like Geico, the Gecko is one. Why do you think they've got two totally different platforms
They
or
probably
templates?
play them on different TV channels.
You think it's
Liberty
to go for the
Mutual, too.
I don't
demographic,
think
the audience?
I was just about to say.
I don't think Flo was making it.
Oh, everyone loves Flo.
Yeah, but I think that they went to the older demographic saying you don't want to be like your parents.
I don't know. I didn't even realize till today it was for the same company. And then I realized they're two totally different marketing strategies for the same company.
The one I like is Mr. Mayhem.
Yes.
No, Geico.
The Geico Mayhem. Not Geico.
Allstate.
Allstate.
Oh, they took out my Allstate guy. I forgot about that.
Mr.
Jay
Mayhem.
from Allstate?
No,
He's
no, no,
not
no,
there
no, no.
anymore?
The black guy.
The big black guy. He has a very like soothing voice. Like,
He meets all the
Allstate.
superstars. He met Mahomes and them guys.
Now he's on like 24 or something like that.
Yeah,
So
but
when you're doing a commercial or when you're watching a commercial, what captures your eye?
no, it's what captures the ear what captures
your
what
ear?
I hear and talks to my eye, like Mr. Mayhem.
Well, if there's a celebrity on there, that pretty much catches your eye.
That does too, like Kirkpatrick with GoDaddy. But what I liked about Mr. Mayhem is this guy wrecks your life. And Mr. Mayhem was in my house. You know, it's really funny you say that. When that garage was coming down and crushed my car, I said, that's Mr. Mayhem.
He was in your trunk.
Everything that happens. You know, with the oil, with Josh's car yesterday. I swear to God, I saw Mr. Mayhem.
Yeah.
Again, it's what I hear, is what my eye sees.
Because I think most of at least in my house, the TV's on. I'm not always watching it, but I'm hearing it. And that's when I heard the Progressive, and I thought, wait, now I realize there's two different campaigns. But when you think about football, I was talking to Laura last night. We've got the ESPN and the NCAA packages for Comcast. To put a commercial on, if you've got 30 seconds in one commercial spot, is it what you see? Is it what you hear? Because you got those first 5 seconds, 3 seconds to capture someone. What would it be?
It's the hearing.
So what would it be for the studio? What would you capture?
Well, this is what we're working on. Josh
That's
is
what I'm
actually
asking.
working
I
on
know.
this thing. I love what Josh put together, but me and him are arguing with the fact that I want the NFL teams in that video. That video is superb, but I will go NFL. And if somebody says to me I got to take it down, okay, then I take it down, but I love it. They came up with an idea, him and Zorro.
She didn't like it.
Because she's a girl.
No, I got something else.
No, I want this.
No,
I
no. It's going to be the same thing. It's just not going to be
A natural disaster?
natural disaster.
Thank you.
yeah.
Why?
It's
Because I
just-
feel like we're calling a natural disaster.
No.
Yes, you can't call
then
it.
put Lotto
No.
in there, and then we call that. Come
That's
on
fine.
now.
No, I had the perfect one. It's going to be, and then we have Abraham. He's going to be the news reporter at the beginning of the commercial.
I'm telling you, bro, the one you came up with, I had a dream about it the other night when you said it. I went home and I thought about it, and that reminds me of Mr. Mayhem. And will you be afraid to do Mr. Mayhem? You know how big that commercial
I don't
is?
like to call bad stuff. Like, look, you took a picture of the garage door and your garage crashed.
No. God said, take a picture of the truck because your garage is going to crash.
So why would I want to put a
He
picture
gave
of a
me an
natural
answer.
disaster and call it?
Because
And
of the
then-
way they're doing it is freaking amazing. What you guys came up with, I talked to Gio, I talked to his family. Everybody says that is brilliant.
It's just going to be, instead of, high winds, it's going to be something that has to do with Sally. I'll say that.
No, I don't want that. No.
Is it something-
I
You could do
want Tormenta. Let me tell you, do you see what's going on right now in California?
Yes, they're going to have a hurricane.
Do you know why?
Flooding.
Do you know why?
Because you're calling it. Why?
No, it has nothing to do with that. El Nino was in our side off the waters of Florida, and it has shifted to California. So everything that they're getting, we were supposed to get. But the sands of the desert moved that storm bridge on the other side in the Pacific.
There's 3
And they're
storms
about to
out
get
there.
hit.
They got a category 4 out there.
5.
They're
Turning to a
looking
5.
at 3 in the Atlantic right now, so we're not off
Yeah,
the
but
hook.
the sandstorm is going to push it northern. But what I like
I'm
about
worried about the one that's in the far back. That
But what
just
I like
is off
about
the
what you
coast of
came up
Africa.
with is the timing of it locally is perfecto mundo. The timing. I'm not calling anything negative. The timing. You got to look at what your ear and your eye are going to do. I think it's brilliant because of the timing of it. I'm just saying.
Ooh, it looks bad already for them.
I'm going to see what the other idea is from after. So we'll see.
All right, we're working on the original idea over here.
So you think it's what you hear first? If you see a commercial, what gets your attention?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. Like the only thing that you wouldn't that I wouldn't say is, it's definitely not what you smell first, unless you're like, in Costco and you walk by someone giving out
Samples.
Samples, yeah. And
You never saw a commercial do something with food and they tell you, can you smell it? Like The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock made a living.
Like Burger King?
Yeah.
Like the
Flame
KFC
broiled.
guy. The KFC guy.
No, I think jingles are the ones that really make commercials good.
Like
The most
Nationwide Insurance.
Most annoying commercial right now, but it's the biggest commercial of all because of the jingle, is the BK one.
Why?
What's that?
There's I'll play the song for you guys, but it's one of the most quote unquote catchiest jingles, and it's killing everyone because
It's good or is it bad?
It's terrible.
See, the commercial has to be great, but you also have to remember.
Oh, God.
That's the first time I heard it.
Well, they changed it.
I've heard of that.
They changed the original.
BK, have it your way.
I remember Have It Your Way, but they changed it.
Oh.
That's the original.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
They've
No,
changed
there's nothing
the
wrong with
voice
that, but
and everything.
it's such a supposed to be catchy song and jingle that it gets stuck in your head.
That's
and
the
you sing it all
70s,
day, all
bro.
day.
That's a throwback.
They want it in
jingle.
your head all day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then it's good.
Yeah.
It's
It's bad
Now you
for-
know if you watch TikTok and stuff like that, the WWF, the original wrestlers, Hulk Hogan and these guys are now 70 years of age. They gotten old. The Hulkster, he goes like this, and instead of the muscles going this way, they go this way. They gotten old, and it's sad because these guys they still live in that realm, and they're talking. So I remember when The Rock first came out. And he says, "Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?" You ever seen that whole thing? Yeah, and he made it famous. That little thing that started him down his career. It wasn't football and all that. And he did some movies, but it was The Rock.
But you don't even know what the product was.
The Rock? I didn't.
No,
It
the
was a
product
wrestler.
he was selling.
The people's
He wasn't selling
elbow.
anything. He was
wasn't.
selling himself.
He's
selling
selling
the
Oh, I thought you
people's
were saying
elbow.
He's a
selling a
wrestler. He
cooking
says,
thing.
"What can you smell? What The
Yes,
Rock
mhm.
is cooking?" He used to hold up a mic. He had his black Speedo on and Mr.
See, to me,
Rock
the commercials
Hudson.
can be great, but if you don't know what the product is for, there was the longest time the Matthew McConaughey commercials. Everyone's so
Cadillac?
busy looking at Matthew McConaughey. It's not even for Cadillac, it's for
Cadillac.
Lincoln.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Lincoln.
I knew that.
So the thing is, you don't even know what the product is. So
I didn't
if
care.
your
I turned it
commercial's
off. It
not
was
good,
stupid. Not good.
if you don't know the product.
And there it is, right there. And it's funny because The Rock is I would vote for The Rock for president.
What? No.
I would.
Hey, did you see what he did with Black Adam?
I saw that. Yeah, but he got paid a lot of money for making that stupid movie.
It was all right.
Yeah, but he tried to he literally tried to push his way to being the head of DC because there was a power vacuum at the time, and he wanted to make the entire DC movie universe about Superman fighting Black Adam.
Wow. Right. He was smart. And did you see Barbie?
I'm going to go see it this weekend.
She pushed herself to being Mrs. Did you? You didn't see it, right?
No, I think
I can't tell you the ending. You guys know the ending?
Yeah.
Hilarious. That's all I got to say. She pushed herself to be a woman.
Who hasn't seen it, I think should actually see it. There's a story to it.
I'm gonna
it's
go
an
see it.
actual...
It is a story.
I like
And
it.
depending on what you see and what you feel, you're gonna come out with a different story.
I feel like a lot of people don't like it because they thought it was more of a kid aspect of a movie, but it's really not. It's really about adulting and learning what you can and can't do as a woman and a man.
Well, I don't think it had anything to do with can and can't do. I think that it's about manipulation. I think it's about how this doll was put into the universe to have one symbolism, but it really wasn't there. They made fun of
now there's
Mattel.
Barbie this, Barbie that.
Yeah, they had a
Barbie
whole
does
bunch
everything.
of Barbies that didn't make it. I found that clever. Again, clever.
More dolls are in stores now. I didn't see this many dolls in stores since I was a kid. And
I
now
can't
since-
talk about it because she hasn't seen it, but there are things that they do in that movie that are very clever. Like when she takes a shower. Have you seen when she took a shower? There's
I
no
thought that
water.
was funny.
It's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
But it proves a point because
Ken is
they're
funny.
telling you it's Barbie world, not real world. You got to go see it.
She was afraid to go in the real world because she knew that men were in there and doing the stuff that women were doing in her world. What would you do
But
if you
remember,
walked
she
outside
went
and
to
you
the
saw
real
a
world
tall
because she
blonde
had
woman
to.
taking out the trash can in the trash can truck? What would you do if you saw?
And I didn't like the aspect that there is no Ken without the Barbie. I thought that was just wrong on so many different levels. But again, you got to see it. When you see it, we'll chit chat about it and everything else. But everything today that you do has to appeal to different senses. It's why the Super Bowl is so big now. You watch the commercials. Women that don't like the game, a la you, they watch the commercials and the halftime. You know everything about the halftime. You know everything about the commercials.
I
But
don't
if I ask
dislike
you
the
who play,
game.
you won't know.
I will not know who plays.
You won't know. You know what a football is?
Sometimes I'll just go, I'll pick a team and I just want them to win. So then I care about, for just
pick a
randomness,
team.
if I
You
think
don't
the
bet?
team's going to win.
No
I
betting?
don't bet. I'll say, this team's going to win. And then in my head, I bet because I want Chuck to be wrong.
Oh, so you're just betting against Chuck. It has nothing to do with the game.
Yeah.
You remind me of so many women that I know. They go against if I say I'm rooting for this team, they go against the
It's
other
not
team. on
against them.
purpose.
If I
Yeah,
actually think
yeah,
the Jets are going to win, I'm going to say the Jets are
you
going to
don't.
win.
No, you don't.
I think the Jets
So-
are going to win the 49ers.
Did you see Hard Knocks?
Are they going to play the 49ers?
Did you see Hard Knocks?
No. Are they playing?
Where the hell did you get that? Okay, you see Hard Knocks, the last show they did, the Jets? They bring in a mentalist. You know what a mentalist is? You guys know what a mentalist is?
Yes, like Sally, yes.
So he
Spiritual.
takes a player and he says to the player, he puts a thing on his back, and he says to him, if you can envision the Super Bowl, who's in it? The New York Jets, of course, because he's a Jet, right? And who will you be playing? The San Francisco 49ers.
The Jets are going to win.
And he says, and what do you think the score would, now this thing is in the back of him and he's in front of him. What do you think the score would be between you and the 49ers? 31 Jets, 21 49ers. He turns around, they take the cover off the board. It says New York, San Francisco, 31, 21. And the room empties. They're like, is this guy possessed? He didn't have anything. It was a board, and he showed that there was something underneath it. Did they set
Watch
that
it
up?
get close.
He says the guy was, I think it was Sauce Gardner. He says, I never met the guy in my life.
Can you imagine?
Well, where did you come up with that? 49.
If I tell you, you're going to laugh at me.
Tell me.
The voices in my head.
Now, my son calls me this morning.
Sorry.
He says, we got to get Super Bowl tickets.
Oh.
I said, why? He says, because the Jets are going. I said, you're crazy. I've been doing this for 50 years. Jets ain't going nowhere. I don't care who they got playing quarterback. Dad, I'm telling you, I had a dream. We got to get tickets. So I look him up. I sent him the link. I found a company. You could buy tickets today.
For how much?
How much do you think?
I'm gonna say maybe over $1,000.
And you would be right.
Yeah.
How much?
500. A
500 what?
ticket.
500 a ticket? You can't even get in the parking lot for 500.
Probably like 13, maybe.
$2,500.
That's now.
So Super Bowl time, how much?
Ah.
That's crazy.
Like 5,000?
That's a good question. Maybe 6, maybe 7, maybe 10. Depends on the team that gets in.
Like,
So it's a
that
good
is just
investment.
So much.
That's what he says. That we buy the 2 tickets.
Yeah.
If the Jets don't go in, we sell them.
Okay.
But you're gonna buy it for me?
I mean, that's.
Maybe I'm channeling your son.
Why don't you buy me 2
I
tickets?
agree with the plan. I agree with the plan.
It's
I
in
agree with
Las
the plan.
Vegas, Nevada. And if I show you the site, the ticket has all these good things that you do. You get to go to the Super Bowl
Is there
parties.
an AARP price?
No, Dawn, there's no AARP price.
Can't imagine.
You get to go to Super Bowl parties and everything else. But he says to me that if they don't go, if they don't make it, because we don't think they're going to make it, he doesn't. We sell the tickets.
There
You
you
could
go.
get $6,000, $7,000 for this ticket.
That sounds like something my father would do. Like, if the Giants were to go to the Super Bowl, I think he would probably do something like that. And they're getting closer.
You never know.
But that's a good move. This is what marketing does to me, because I'm watching Hard Knocks.
I didn't see
And
it.
they beef up Hard Knocks. They're trying to sell tickets. They're trying to sell the image. I think it's a little flat because they're not showing any. Like, the Jets has 6 fights in practice against the Buccaneers. The coach, they dislocated the coach's arm because he tried to stop the fight. He ended up going to the ground. He was unconscious, and they took him to the hospital. Dislocated his left shoulder.
Didn't the Eagles play last night?
Yeah.
Who won?
Tied.
They tied.
Wow.
18-18.
Oh, yeah,
Mark-
because Cleveland lost with 30 seconds to go, and they missed a 38-yarder.
No, it was a 2-point conversion, right?
Yeah, we scored
beginning.
last touchdown with 2 points to tie it all up.
Yeah, but they got down to the 38, and they wide right or wide left, and the Cleveland
She's
lost.
got all the little things in the corner. She's still got that guy. He's dancing in the corner now. He's pacing.
We've been doing that for a while.
What is that?
It's a
Have you
2D.
Crip
It's
walking.
from
It's a clown crip
I thought
walking.
it's from Betty Boop, right? Yeah, it's from Betty Boop.
They're hilarious. All right, let's take a commercial break. More to come on this funky Fajita Friday.
Why fajita?
Because today's National Fajita Day.
So we're going to get tickets to Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I'm going to text Gio, Freddie. Huh?
Can we go to Mi Camisita? Go get some
Mi-
fajitas?
Sure. Freddie's
Mi
buying.
camisita.
The Mexican place.
That's my shirt.
Huh?
Mi
Mi casita.
camisita. What?
It's like casita, isn't it?
The way he said it, mi camisita is my shirt, my little shirt.
Mi Casita?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my little house.
There you go. There, my casita.
Let's take a quick commercial break.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? We can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents or having to waste time showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your house to foreclosure. If you have equity in your home, we'll buy your home and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call now before your situation gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just need anymore and get the cash you need today. Call this number now.
Call 855-348-5925. That's 855-348-5925. Again, 855-348-5925.
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now, you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing. What's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought. You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the Brooklyn Cafe Show, and let's get it back on with host Dawn and Freddie S.
I love the way you make stuff up. That's Josh on the board, getting ready for Friday. You guys ready for the weekend? Mm-hmm. They look so ready for the weekend.
Well, you guys, I'm gonna tell you, like, look at this guy. He's playing with his forehead. What are you doing?
Big plans. I think I'm gonna go see Barbie.
Ugh. What is wrong
I don't
with
know
you?
what I'm gonna do this
You
weekend.
all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
You should. You got plans? You gonna go
I'm
see the
going to
baby and
Tampa.
Gio? That's nice.
I'm gonna go see Doorknob.
Juliana's getting
I don't know her
baptized
name.
today. I mean
Not
tomorrow.
today. Tomorrow.
That's amazing. Enjoy the moments.
Why is that amazing?
Because you don't get these moments in life often.
I gotta drive for 4 hours.
And to see your granddaughter Get baptized.
You're lucky to be alive during this time.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm saying for like grandparents, you know?
I swear to God, if I see you on the road, I'm gonna run you over.
That's not what
I'm gonna run you over if I see you on the road.
That's
Thank
not
you.
what I'm saying. Like as grandparents, like you're lucky to see your grandchildren like
Yes.
achieve something.
So
That's
you
what I'm
should
saying.
enjoy the moment.
Not like a rude way. I didn't mean it.
Thank
like,
you.
Enjoy the moment. It's her delivery's a little young, but yes.
Wow.
You take advantage, you enjoy the moment. You find a way.
I'm lucky to be alive. Wait a minute, hold on.
We
hold
all
on.
are, actually.
Let me see. I'm still alive because I got a pulse.
Is that at the church?
I don't know. I guess.
Very nice. Why is it called baptism if they're not Baptist?
Because it has nothing to do with the word baptism.
What's it mean
It means it's the removal of original sin.
in a baptism?
I gotta tell you, don't bring this up because I had an
I know,
argument.
really, I don't understand. I'm not teasing you. I just don't know.
When I got married my second time, I couldn't get married in the Catholic Church because I wouldn't pay the money to have the first marriage and all. That's a different story. So the second one that married was a pregnant woman in a Lutheran church. So Freddie was going to be baptized, and she came over to give me what I'm supposed to do. And I sat with this pregnant priest, Lutheran priest, for 4 hours. And we argued about everything. Because I said to her, how in the world do you have to have a baptism for a soul to be cleansed of original sin? This has to do with the Bible. When this child was born innocent. She says, no, you're taking it literal. Anyway, long story short, we got into this thing. The next day I had to go to church. Because
It was his baptism.
And she calls me up. She says, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring one of our parishioners up here, and yada, yada. And she goes into this whole story. I felt about this big going up there. She says, Freddie, why don't you come up here? I went, no. She says, come on up here. And she wanted to explain to everybody why baptism is important among Catholics, Lutherans, and everything else. Among that side of the deal. You don't have, I don't know, you don't have something to clean the gut or something?
The boys have their circumcision, and that's for that. Girls have a baby naming, but it's not.
Circumcision, it doesn't clean anything. Just
It
sanitary.
cleans it. It cleans it.
So every Jew is circumcised.
Only if you're, well, not everyone, but it's the tradition for the males, yes.
What does it mean when you circumcise a Jew? What is the translation of that?
It's something about the 8th day, and it's going back to cleansing, releasing sins, and you come born. They say you come into this world knowing everything, and when that happens, you have to start all over again.
I wouldn't know much about it. I don't remember mine.
It's a good thing.
You're Jewish, right?
Yes.
So if you weren't circumcised, it means you're living with original sin. It's funny.
No, no, you're living with all of your foreskin is really what it is. But it's the 8th day of the symbolism.
The foreskin. You know, where's the buzzer when I need it? I'm not talking about foreskin.
But that's
I'm
what
talking
the
about the
circumcision is.
significance of why you
But
do it.
it's on the day is what it is.
So the women, what do they give her foreskin to? What do they do to the girl?
The girls just get a baby naming, and it really doesn't matter when they do it. It's kind of just sometimes within the first year for a baby naming.
But a man is circumcision, what's a woman?
Blessed.
What do you mean blessed? They don't dunk you, they don't do nothing?
No.
Take an axe and chop it.
No.
A woman? What are you going to chop?
No, because women are, women. No, we have baby namings in the Jewish religion. There's no water involved. There's no baptism. There's no circumcision.
This guy's chopping women's things off. All right, so do you guys know what they call a person to circumcise a Jewish boy? It has a name.
Yes.
You know what the name is? This is hilarious. What's the name?
A moil?
A moil. The moil? The moil. It's
what
hilarious.
Why?
Doesn't everyone have to watch it happen too?
They do it with a crowd.
They do with a minion.
They do it with a minion.
I've seen how they did it in the
Not
church
the
I
little
went to
yellow
growing up.
minion.
It's a little yellow minion. Where do you think they got them from? It's the moil. The moil
But if you
brings the
think
minions.
about it, I wonder if they actually took the name of the minion from the minions,
Of
because
course
there's
they
that
did,
many
'cause
around.
It's this big.
No, because the minion it has nothing to do with circumcision. A minion is the group of people coming together to oversee it. Yes, it has to be overseen by a certain amount of people.
Certain amount of people.
It's called the minion.
4, 5, 50.
I think it's like 10.
And what happens if you have 9?
They wait.
They
until,
bring a doctor
They
or
wait
something?
until you have enough. Yes.
They wait.
You have to have enough people.
How
in
old
the
are you
minion.
when you have this thing done?
8 days.
How come I seen kids when they were 13, 14 years of age?
Because they
and
probably
have
didn't have it done, and
It was probably a medical emergency or something.
exactly.
No anesthesia either.
So
And people didn't have to watch that one, but
So are you required? Are you required? I know. I'm public. Hey, come on in. I'm gonna have my minions done. So are you required to have it done? See, baptism, you're not required. You should, if you have.
I mean,
beliefs.
You're not required per se, but like it's at the end of the
10.
day, it's up to the parents. But like,
It's 10.
It's 10 millions.
10 makes a minion.
But usually, that's they follow.
Do you remember who was at your minion?
Nope, I don't really. I don't. It's not something I asked my dad. Hey, when did you cut off my foreskin? Like,
You don't have a conversation with your parents?
No.
I mean, that part of you, his history is in his drawer.
I don't think he kept it.
They kept it?
They keep it.
Freddie and
put
I
a
once
little
did an
binder?
interview for a stem cell conference, and they were regenerating foreskin
Can't
with
believe
stem
you're going to
cells.
say this.
Okay.
It's true.
Why would you want it back?
I do not know, but apparently people want it back.
And he had they wanted back, and they had a giant sample.
Size of the palm of your hand.
This big.
Yes.
I said, this is some minion, I'm going to tell you. And I
Do you
put it
remember
on
we
my
did that?
face. Remember, I put it on my head. So
Oh.
I had forehead on. And this is the way it's surgically removed. He didn't appreciate that too much.
No, he did not.
But it was funny.
So back to the baptism. That's what you're doing for this weekend.
See,
That'll be
thank
nice.
God they don't do any of that minion stuff. There's no cutting.
Well, it's because she's a girl.
It was a boy. You don't cut a boy.
Boys in the Catholic religion don't get circumcised,
They do, but that's
but they usually do it in the
physically
hospital.
for something else. Do you know that one of my kids, I'm not going to say who because I don't want to embarrass him, was circumcised without my permission?
They did it in the hospital right before he went home.
And I said, which is good. I didn't have a problem with it. But I said, excuse me, did she tell you to do this? No. I said, well, who told you to do this? Well, do you know the hospital you're in? I said, what hospital is this? And she says, this is Saint Bada of Saint of Saints. It was a Saint hospital. That was a requirement when you went in.
Oh, so like the hospital I was born in. I was born in Saint. All I know is in the Sopranos.
Your mic.
Oh, the.
You can take
one-
the mic out of the stand.
You were born, would they circumcise you?
All
What
we
happened?
know is Casey got circumcised.
She got circumcised.
No, I was.
That's gonna
no,
be your new
I
name.
I know
I'm
I
gonna
was
call
born
you
in a
Minion.
hospital with that name, so I know that would happen where I was born. Saint Barnabas, I think it's called. It's in
Well,
the
I don't
Sopranos.
know. This was in Long Island, and it was Saint something, Saint something. A lot of saints in it. And I said, oh, okay. Great hospital, though.
There you have it. That's your weekend plans. That'll be nice.
Now, also, in the Jewish faith, what is the thing with the Torah? What is that thing they carry around? And
The Torah? The Torah?
Yeah,
the
but
Ten
this,
Commandments?
no,
The Bible?
No, it's an event.
What?
When you're 14, 13.
You mean a bar mitzvah?
And a bat mitzvah, yes.
You did your bar mitzvah?
Yeah, I got it.
And you walked around with that whole thing, and you learned all those scriptures and
I
stuff?
did too.
He's a man now.
You did it too?
I'm
Oh,
a
that's right.
Jewish
Women do it?
adult.
I did
That's
it
the
too.
passage, right? Then you become a man?
That's when you become a Jewish adult.
At 13.
Yes.
It's funny, among Puerto Ricans, they don't do that.
Hmm.
They give you...
Because you're not
They
Jewish.
buy you a
But if you're Jewish, you would.
They buy you a condom and says, good luck with that.
Where's that buzzer, Corey? Please. Thank you. Again, equally offensive in every direction. But I know
why
you don't
is it-
try to be that way.
But why is it equally offensive if I tell you that's what we do?
Because
or
I don't
look
think
at-
you do.
Yeah, they don't have any of that. We don't have, Puerto Ricans don't have none of that.
I don't know. Maybe if we had that, I don't know. It's a whole other conversation.
And this happens when you turn 13, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And it happens to every Jew, woman or man.
You can choose to or choose not to.
No, you have to.
No, you don't.
Yeah, they put the cooties on you if you don't.
No, you don't have to.
Really?
What's wrong with you?
I thought it was a requirement.
No.
No, they don't. You know, the cantor doesn't like come up to you and like, well, I heard you're not having a bar mitzvah.
The temple is
We
like.
need to have a talk about that.
Do you know any other Jew that you know, friends of yours, that never had it done?
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
You too?
My generation girls did not get bat mitzvah,
But
so
it was
rare that we
because,
did.
Like my friend didn't get bar mitzvah. It was just because his parents, I think maybe his dad was Jewish and his mom was Christian. So
Well, that's the other thing I was going to ask you. If one is in that scenario, are you Jewish or are you Christian? If the mother, it's always by the mother, isn't it?
It's by the mother. Like
Because she's the one that gave you birth.
My cousins are Jewish and Christian. Their
But
dad
what if
is-
the mother is
It
adopted?
depends
Adopted.
on-
If you're adopted, the mother, but you have your real father, what are you, Jewish?
I mean,
I believe you are.
I
And
think
then-
it's how you're raised.
Yes, it depends
Yeah.
on where you are on the Judaic spectrum of religious.
No, it goes by the mother.
I mean, if you're,
But
it
if you're
does.
not being raised by that
If your
mother,
mother's
though.
Jewish, it doesn't matter what happens around you, you're Jewish.
So if that person tried to get married at like, I don't know, a church, say that person was with a wife who was Catholic, they couldn't get married at a church?
But things have changed a lot because
Yeah.
now it was always your birth mother because you always know who your mother is. You don't always know biologically
Who your
your
father
father is. So if your mother's Jewish and this is your birth mother, you're
And
Jewish.
How much of a ripoff is
But
that? You don't know
now-
who your father is biologically.
Well, but now
What do you
there's
mean you don't know? Of
adoption
course
and there's
you
other
know.
things. So if you're adopted by a family, you could be born Jewish.
Yeah.
But you may be raised another religion because
Yeah.
your adopted family, or vice versa. So it's different to me. If your father's Jewish, then you're Jewish. It's just
You, the father, because you go against the grain for everything. Your
It's not going
mother
against the grain.
is if your mother's Jewish, you're Jewish. If she's not Jewish, it doesn't matter what your father is.
I don't believe that's true.
No, that's just what I was told by
I
the
don't
rabbi.
believe that's true because I think if your father you're 50% your father. So
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't think it's like, I don't really care. Like, but it is like Freddie is right. It is they do go by the
Freddie is
mother
right.
technically.
Yes, technically they do.
And I'm not even Jewish.
Yes, technically
And it's funny
they
because
do.
Puerto Rican kids, they can pick anything they want to be. If I want to be Jewish tomorrow, I can be Jewish. If I want to be Catholic, the next day I can do that too. The thing is that I have to take whatever the classes are, the bath thing you told me about, and the oils and all that other stuff to convert, and you have to be approved.
Yes.
Right?
I think I need to go back to church.
You going back to school?
Church. I need to go back to church.
You should go.
I haven't been to church since I received confirmation. And that was a long time
How old are you
ago.
when you received confirmation?
I was
13.
like 16.
16?
And I'm about to be 21. Yeah.
I did it when I was 12.
I haven't been to temple since my sister.
Oh, when I was living in Pennsylvania, kids were doing it
been a
at
long time.
14. But
after
then after
I
that.
stopped with my bar mitzvah, I didn't go back.
And do you know why you do confirmation? Do you even know why you do confirmation? Josh, should you do your confirmation? Or you're Jewish? What are you?
No, he's good luck trying to find out what I am. I don't know what the hell that is.
That's when we were dressing all white.
No, that's communion.
That's communion.
Yeah.
But the communion is one thing. The confirmation, I always wondered, why do I need to know what confirmation? What is confirmation?
I honestly don't even know.
You just did it without even asking. All right, so today's
Yeah.
homework is time to look it up.
And my parents threw a big party for me. Oh, okay.
And you got money.
Yeah.
What? You got money, right?
Yeah.
You get money.
What?
Mucho
Yeah.
dinero.
Can I have my
Hey,
confirmation tomorrow?
Let me tell you something. This Jewish thing, the money, huh? How much moolah you make on yours? Enough to buy a house?
No.
No? Oh, I don't know what. Listen, the Jewish people I know that do this thing, they get money, they put it into a bank, and it's their down payment for houses.
I think it helps with
I'm
college.
sure some of it's in my savings account.
I'm sure you should ask around because you three finger Fernando, there's a lot of money you don't know about.
I mean, no, I know where.
I think some money's good for college, living expenses, sleepaway camp,
Yeah.
all those things that you need money for.
Nah, that's not what they do. They put it to the side, especially if you're a woman. They put
What,
it
a
to
dowry?
the side.
I had no dowry.
A dowry.
No.
Like Dorton Mountain Jr., a dowry.
No dowry.
Yes, you
no
do.
hope chest, no nothing. It is what it is.
A hope check. You see this a lot. The Jewish religion has a lot of money that goes into everything they do, which is
A lot
fantastic.
of boxes.
A lot of boxes. A lot of boxes.
Didn't
Put
they
the money.
have to learn a lot of ways to hide their money, especially going back into the Israel passages?
I've learned a lot of ways to hide my money.
It's like a
Woo,
tradition.
genetically.
They teach you. Come here, my child. Let
All
me
their-
show you how
all their
to
torture
hide.
that they go through, that's how they learn, just to save their money.
No, just our mothers tell us, make sure, girls, you are always prepared. And on that note, you ready to wrap this up?
I gotta tell you, date Jewish girls because you'll get
Jets,
the wildest.
49ers.
I don't know how you came up with that. You must have seen the show. There's no way in the world you even know what a 49er is.
I don't even know if they're in the same league.
They're in the same league,
But they're on
different divisions.
yeah. So, no.
Do you know where the 49ers come from?
San Francisco.
How the hell did you know that? You watched
I was a teacher. I
you
don't
watched
even
the
know what
show.
channel it's
It's
on.
impossible you came up with that. Impossible. Of all the teams
If I win
that
the
come up
lotto tomorrow, I'll buy you the tickets.
I guess that's nice. I get a ticket. She
The
buys
chances
$1
of
billion
lottery, though?
lottery ticket, and I get a $2,500 ticket. Well,
I think that's something.
I appreciate it.
I never thought about getting Super Bowl tickets now. Like I never thought about it. But then yeah, if your team's not in, you can always sell
I
it.
actually thought that was a nice gesture, but that's not good enough for you?
You're making $1 billion.
What happened? Be careful. What's going to happen to your garage next? Oh, be
Knock
nice
on
to
wood.
me.
Now you have me worried. I'm gonna go home and check on my car space.
Happy Friday, everyone. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Have fun this week and be safe. We'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.